man has finally spoken. Conor Benn has come out to the press. He's spoken to the Sun newspaper, and he's wanted to clear his name. He wants to prove his innocence, and we're going to dissect this article in greater detail and give our thoughts about the situation. Before we get into it, subscribe to Off the Cameras Boxing YouTube channel, like the video, and do all of those amazing stuff. It says that Conor Benn claims the British Boxing Board of Control is plotting against him. Okay. 26-year-old welterweight has confirmed he has failed 2 VADA tests taken in July and September, and the governing body was still happy for the fight with Chris Eubank Jr. to go ahead on October the 8th. This is not a good look. Okay, one in July, one in September, not a good look. Was it for the same thing? What did the board do about it? Like, I want to know more information about that first test specifically, because we know a lot more about the second one, but the first one, what's happened? Did Eddie know of it? Like, I want to know more information about it. Okay, now the article goes on to say that Conor Benn became tearful as he insisted he has nothing to hide but wants nothing more to do with the British Boxing Board of Control, but the eventuality withdrew their sanctioning of the controversial catchweight clash with just 2 days to go without banning Benn before hitting him with a misconduct charge and a £50,000 fine last Friday. Yikes! 50 bags. Do you know what you could do with 50 bags? I'll let your imagination go wild. Just think about Conor Benn, right? And think about him being pissed off with somebody, and think about him being pissed off with somebody who's contributed to his reputation being tarnished. Just imagine, it's really like it, you know, mainly down to it, but the board really had a say so in this as well. The amount of frustration he's probably charged into this man, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. They also say he's ready to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds to prove his innocence. If he had a hearing, why would he need to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds to prove his innocence? Clearly, that means that in the hearing, he didn't prove his innocence. I'm just reading between the lines, guys. I could be gravely mistaken. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened in the hearing. But if he went to a hearing and before it he was slapped with a 50k fine, and after the hearing he's saying he's got to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds to prove his innocence, clearly in the hearing he didn't prove his innocence. I'm just connecting 2 dots together and using my brain, okay? Furthermore, he goes in on the board. He says, I won't be boxing under the British board ever again. Now I know why my dad ripped up his license on TV. And I think, to my understanding, his dad ripped up his license after a fight because they didn't recognize the WBO title. And also they were feeding him tune-up fights, to my understanding. I could be mistaken. I will not box for them ever again. The way they have gone about this, the way they knew about this, they could have pulled the fight. I've given that's true, they could have pulled the fight. As far as I'm concerned, the board can do one to my American followers. That means to F yourself. I've got nothing to hide, but as far as I'm concerned, they've got it in for me. So he's basically saying that they are trying to use Conor Benn as an example. Okay, this leaves us with a lot of unanswered questions. First and foremost, how did this drug get in his system to begin with? Of course, if he's got to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds to prove his innocence, I'm just thinking to myself, he doesn't know how this got into his system. I'm just using my brain here. I could be mistaken and I could be gravely misinformed, but I'm using my brain and thinking to myself, they don't know how it got into his system to begin with. Really and truly, okay. And the fact that he's going to give away his license, and I'm not going to fight with the British Boxing Board of Control ever again. What does that mean? Are you going to fight in America? Are you going to fight in America? Because if you're found guilty here, you're more than likely going to be found, or not found guilty in America, but they're not going to give you a boxing license over there for the most part. For most of the commissions over there, they're not going to give you a boxing license. It's really those obscure places like Luxembourg, Malta, and these places that are going to even entertain the idea of giving you a license. This article, that what it proves in the end, it proves that, well, it does not prove Conor Benn's innocence. First of all, this article does not prove Conor Benn's innocence. if anything, if you're just looking at this and you don't know Conor Benn for Adam, this just looks like a bad look. This looks like he's hiding something, because you gave a boxing board of control license away. You got hit with a fine. You had a hearing. After the hearing, you say to the press, "I'm going to spend £1,000 to prove my innocence." Whereas in other cases, like the Dillian case, he proved his innocence in the hearing. It leaves us with a lot of unanswered questions. Okay, let me know what you guys think about this article in the comment section below. I'm gravely disappointed. I want more information about this, and I hope we get it soon. Okay, like, subscribe. Peace, love, prosperity, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.